I made a video about how eating a all fruit diet can help you build muscle, and it did really, really good. So I'm sure that whoever's watching this right now is one of those subscribers that have watched that video. And with that said, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, all right? So today I'm informing you that I will be embarking on an all fruit diet gym journey. So starting April 1st, I'm going to be eating nothing but a raw vegan fruit diet while going to the gym to build muscle. And I will be documenting it. So I want you to be a part of the journey as well, of course, after all. So not only am I excited to do this, but I'm excited to show this to you, the person watching, and to the rest of the world for that matter. Because I know a lot of people are very suspicious about eating a fruit diet, and it's understandable too, because there's not that much information on it, or at least it's not so popular. So instead of talking about it, I want to be about it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people tend to just talk about things, but they don't actually apply what they talk about to their life. Practice what you preach. And so I'm taking it upon myself to actually, of course, practice what I preach all the way to the head, man. So once again, I'll be eating an all fruit diet and doing some resistance training, and not just any resistance training, heavy duty training. So many of you may know about Mike Mentzer, or maybe not. That's okay. He was a famous bodybuilder, like way back in the 70s or something like that. And he taught about the importance of rest when training. So his program is based off of going in the gym and doing like a maximum of 4 sets, targeting a specific body part like your upper body or your lower body, and training to failure within those sets. So if you're doing, arms, then you're doing deltoids, biceps, triceps, and you're only doing about maybe 6 to 12 reps until failure. And that's complete failure, as in like you can't even pump out another rep failure. And after that, you're done. I mean, you don't need much more stimulus in the muscle after you've already worked it to failure. Because I know that a lot of people believe that you have to get in the gym and do like 50,000 sets or something like that, but I promise you don't. In fact, that's just called overtraining. And at that point, you're going to strain your muscle too much and actually do the opposite of what you're trying to achieve, which is more muscle growth and muscle mass. So to achieve the most amount of muscle mass, you have to, of course, train the muscle to failure and then let it rest. And not just like for a day or two, you got to let it rest for like 4 days, 4 to 5 days, it depends. So that means you go in, do that specific body part, whether it's arms, legs, or whatever, and you train to failure, go home, and you rest for about 4 days minimum, 5 to even 6 days maximum. And then you come back in the gym, and then you go on to the next body part. And then do the same thing. And you should be seeing some crazy fast results from that. And I actually have applied this training method myself in the past. And this is before I was eating completely clean. And it has worked. And I was shocked too, because I was like, bro, I thought you had to like go in the gym every single day and like, pump it out and stuff like that in order to gain muscle. But that's not true, apparently. I mean, well, I obviously still gain muscle from doing so, but clearly you'll gain more muscle mass in a much shorter time period if you're actually letting your muscles rest. I mean, come on, if your muscles aren't even recovered, how are they going to grow? That's the whole part of training, is literally, of course, training and then resting. you got to recover, you know. In fact, recovery is like the most important thing when it comes to building muscle, you know. It's not just going in the gym and just destroying your body every single day. I mean, in fact, you wearing down your joints and ligaments by doing that. I mean, that literally happened to me with my right knee. You feel me? So, with that said, it's really important to make sure that you give your body enough time to rest. And so that's why I'm following this workout regimen along with the all fruit diet. Because, like I explained in my previous video, your body is mostly made out of water. It's like 75% water. So that means that you need to be hydrated and you need your muscles to be filled with water. Because after all, your muscles are made out of mostly water anyway. So fruits are golden for that. So that's why you actually need mostly carbohydrates over protein to build muscle mass. And then protein is important secondly. Then you need a sufficient amount of fats and you'll be good off of that. So like what, 70 to 80% carbs, like 40%, maybe even 50% protein, and like 25 to 15% fats in your diet, and you'll have everything you need to put on some proper muscle mass, you know what I'm saying? So Mike Mentor, the guy who I brought up, he himself has actually proven that the body requires carbs more than protein. So if you go on YouTube and search it in for yourself, then you'll be able to learn as to why that is. So, I mean, I've already briefly explained it myself, but you know, if you're one of those people who needs so much complex, meticulous data in order to finally believe something, you know what I'm saying, then by all means, do the research extensively for yourself. So, you know, you can enlighten yourself and you'll be comfortable with what you're doing. But yeah, so the body needs mostly carbs, then protein and fats in order to, of course, have a healthy body, but to put on proper muscle mass. So, yeah, man, with that said, like I said, I'm excited, bro. This is a new beginning. Don't mind my dog in the background barking. That's what she do. But yeah, it's really exciting. And the main reason for doing this is really more so just because I want to see it for myself. Like in my heart, I already believe that this is possible. Like wholeheartedly, I genuinely do believe so. But of course, I want to see for myself, and not for the sake of proving it to myself. That's not what this is about. It's not even about that, because like I said, I genuinely believe this. But I just genuinely also want to see at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, it's going to be awesome to think that I can actually build muscle and get stronger while being healthy all at the same time. That's absolutely incredible, man. And it's a blessing from the Creator. So, got to give thanks to this whole entire universe, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been blessed with everything we need to live sustainable and happy lives, man. You know, that nature food is where it's at. Gotta have that nature in your system, man. I mean, come on, you a natural being yourself. So fill up with those natural foods. So earlier I was discussing how, according to our literal biological makeup, it doesn't necessarily make sense to be eating meat, because we are vertical beings. We stand upright, all right? And we do not have talons. We don't have claws. We don't have fangs, you know what I'm saying? And we don't have animalistic brute strength. So naturally, if you were to put a human in the wild with all the animals, you feel me? That human is dead meat. You feel me? Like, you not winning against no lion. You know what I'm saying? And you'll definitely have a hard time trying to catch a gazelle. And I'm talking like if you don't have no weapons, no none of that, you feel me? It's just you and your bare hands. 9 times out of 10, you at the bottom of the food chain, bro. Like, these animals are out here like 500 to 1,000 pounds, and they can move up to speeds to like 40 miles an hour. And you telling me that we supposed to be eating meat? Bro, by nature, we can't even hunt those things for food without crafting weapons or turning our body into a weapon. Like, yeah, I won't deny that, of course, it's possible to make your own human body a living weapon, but clearly that's not natural. That's you creating your body into a weapon. The way you're created is not for the sake of destruction. You're literally created for the sake of nurturing and growing. Growing yourself, obviously, but growing other things like humans, kids, but, and plants, gardening. You get what I'm saying? Like, really think about it. We are just not designed to hunt anything down. So why would we be designed to eat that thing in the first place? I get it. Adaptability. We have the ability to do that, to adapt to anything. That's how intelligent this body is and how much of a blessing it is to be a human. But then also think about the fruits and the vegetables that exist on this planet. Well, how did they get here? It's only one answer. They got here because of us, because we're the ones who are gardening, tending to them, and planting these seeds. Is a lion out here planting an apple tree? Nah, bro. Do you see a cheetah out here planting watermelon seeds so it can grow? No, because they don't need to. They can't, first of all. They don't have the dexterous fingers that we have, you know what I'm saying? They can't do that, first of all. And second of all, they don't need to and shouldn't be, because their diet is supposed to be meat. They were literally designed to kill other animals. They're predators. Look at their freaking teeth. Look at their claws. Look at how fast they can run. Look how strong they are. And again, they're heavy. These animals are like 1,000 pounds, bro, running at like 50 miles an hour because they were designed to hunt and kill easily. Man, like, I know this stuff sounds simple, but that's because it is. Like, nothing has to be complicated for it to be believable or for it to be true. And I just feel like humans need things to be so complex just to finally, okay, I see, that's correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you need so many meticulous details and data just to understand how something makes sense or can be X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's so obvious. You don't need to be a scientist. You don't need to be a nutritional expert or a dietitian in order to just really understand what you should be consuming and how you should be living. Just look at yourself and think about your capabilities. Like, God made everything simple, bro. Like, everything is as simple as can be, as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3, and we have a tendency to make everything rocket science for no reason. So like I said, dialing back to the whole point of fruits and vegetables existing, they're here because of us human beings planting them. We have the ability to do so. So that must mean that we are supposed to be eating fruits and vegetables because we're the only ones who can grow them and tend to them. We're the only ones with the intellect to actually nurture these things, these fruits and these vegetables. So if that's the case, then yeah, we definitely should be consuming fruits and vegetables and nothing else. We don't need to be eating meat, and especially not no man-made processed junk foods. In that last video, I had a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot, but there was a decent amount of people in the comments that were just, first of all, spreading misinformation, and two, taking that video personal. And that video is not a personal attack on anybody. This video isn't even a personal attack. I'm just simply spreading my opinion, my lifestyle, and what I'm aware of with you. Take it or leave it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm better than you just because I eat clean food and you possibly don't. Nah, no one's better than anybody. But at the end of the day, I just want to, first of all, help myself make smarter choices and possibly help somebody else do the same thing for themselves, so it'll benefit you in the long run. And you won't have to go to the doctor and take some unnatural medication just to live, hopefully. Do you get what I'm saying? So, fruit is medicine. Vegetables are medicine. Herbs are medicine. Let thy food be thy medicine. That's real. Let your food be your medicine, bro. You don't need no pills. Those things were man-made and grafted. Pills weren't actually made to heal you. They literally keep you in a cycle of having to rely on those pills. It's really a subscription more than a prescription. All I'm saying is that the proof is in the pudding, the signs are obvious, so why not just align yourself with that? With the truth that's literally always in your face. No matter how much you try to deny it or bring up this source or this evidence to claim as to why that isn't the truth when it clearly is. I'm no dietitian. I'm not a nutritional expert. I'm not a doctor with a PhD, and I'm not going to try to act like I am. But when something feels off, 9 times out of 10, it is off. Our intuition will never lie to us. And when something seems backwards, 9 times out of 10, it's probably backwards after all, you know? But I get how the human brain works. It's like we have this natural instinct to want to conform to the group in order to fit in with society and to not be outcasted, because it's a survival instinct. So if the majority of people say this is right and that's wrong, 9 times out of 10, your average person is going to side with the people who are saying what's right and what's wrong. Even if their heart is saying, no, this is right and this is wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? And most people base their feelings and opinions off of other people's feelings and opinions. But me, I actually like to take the time to think and meditate on what I feel and believe is true, rather than going on what everyone else is saying is true. Because they're them and I'm me. You get what I'm saying? So if that road is jammed and blocked up, but that road is open and free, well, I'm taking that road. I'm taking the road less traveled, because I'll get to my destination a lot sooner cruising at that than choosing to go where there's a whole traffic jam. Do you get what I'm saying? So why would I think, well, there's more people over there, so I should go over there to get to my destination, when clearly that road is completely clear? You feel me? I wouldn't get to my destination taking that road until like another 30 years versus taking this road, which would get me there in probably like 5 years or maybe even less, but you get what I'm saying. So the point is that it shouldn't require a crap ton of research and data and opinions and he said, she said in order to validate something. A lot of us are just not in tune with our soul and with our higher selves. So therefore, most people are bound to make decisions based on other people's viewpoints and perspectives. And I'm not trying to make this video a spiritual video or anything like that. But when it's all said and done, we are spiritual beings. So I believe it is necessary to bring this up into the topic. It is very important to be in tune with yourself, especially in this day and age of so much misinformation and lies being spread and all types of stuff, bro. Like, you got to really learn how to listen to the guidance within, because the real teacher is the one that's within you, your soul, your higher self. That's the only teacher that can actually help you in life, because it's a teacher that's uniquely fit for you. And nobody else can go to this teacher except for you. So you have to go within and discover the answers for yourself. All I'm simply doing is just bringing awareness to certain topics to possibly help you expand your paradigm. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to believe anything I'm saying. You don't have to follow anything I'm teaching, because I'm still learning too. All right? But I'm doing my best to share the knowledge I have in the hopes that it'll improve your life as much as I can. So I just want to reiterate the point that this video is not an attack on anybody who's not eating like this, who's not choosing to eat clean foods, eat fruit, vegetables, none of that. It's not an attack. And, you know, somebody still may take this personally. That's fine. I'm not afraid to offend people if I'm speaking my truth. Because at the end of the day, this is not an attack. This is not an insult at all. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm just sharing my own knowledge, my own perspective and feelings and viewpoint with you, you know? And if you really didn't care, then first of all, you wouldn't have clicked on this video. And second of all, after hearing the things I had to say, if you really didn't like it, you would just click off the video. So that's how I know that people that come on the video to spread negativity are just doing so because they're insecure and what's within them is negativity. Like, why is someone who's not even interested in this topic even jumping in a video like this in the first place? It just doesn't make sense. To me, a real man doesn't waste his time going on the internet, going back and forth at people, talking smack. You know, like, a real man has better things to do than to try to argue about anything online with someone that they don't even know. Because me personally, I don't have the energy for it. I don't have the energy to entertain negativity and anything that has anything to do with a low vibrational activity. Do you get what I'm saying? And if anything, I'd rather see you face to face and talk rather than be online talking back and forth. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not a threatening thing. Like, I'm just saying in general, like, people get online and just say whatever because they're safe behind their phone. You get what I'm saying? So it just gives people the freedom to be who they actually are. And most people apparently are pretty much negative and nasty and bitter. So that's that. So once again, man, I'm just spreading awareness. So please don't take this personal. Don't feel bad if you're not eating like this. In fact, I advise that you take your time with this diet change because it's actually the smart thing to do. So if you're not already eating fruit consistently, if you're not eating a vegan or plant-based diet, then you're going to need to slowly transition your way into it because you won't be ready mentally or physically if you try to do so just off the rip, just like that. So of course, mentally, you're going to be very frustrated doing so if you just choose to stop eating whatever you was eating beforehand and flip to, you know, a plant-based diet. And then physically, you will have some internal complications going on as a result of changing your diet so abruptly because the human body adapts to whatever it is given. So you have to give your body time to wean off of whatever you've been eating beforehand before getting fully into the new diet change. You get what I'm saying? So don't just jump straight into this. I'm not making this video to tell you, put down the meat right now, put down the processed foods right now. Like, no, bro, because this is real life. It doesn't actually work that way. It's not that simple. And I personally didn't do that. I didn't just like straight up, no more meat, no more junk food, no more none of that. I didn't just do it like that. Like, I consciously chose to take my time with the transition. And as a result, it was a smooth one. So please, if you are going to make this change, do the same thing. Take your time with getting into this new diet, okay? Do not rush into it whatsoever. So there's no pressure. And in fact, even if you still resonate with this message, you really do not ever have to make the change to go completely vegan or plant-based. It's totally up to you. This video is not being made to try to make you feel like you're being cornered into an all-fruit diet. No. So that's what I'm saying. If you're taking this video personal, that's all you, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's how you feel about yourself and your life. I didn't say your life was worse than mine or that I'm better than you or anything like that. I'm just simply spreading awareness. And if you do choose to go on the fruit diet or, you know, you choose to be plant-based and it doesn't benefit you, well then, hey, then you don't have to do it. So why not, instead of talking about it, be about it so you can finally have an actual answer and an actual result, rather than trying to go back and forth with someone that you don't know over the internet about his own opinion and viewpoint and experience in life. Because I'm actually telling you what I am experiencing as I go, not just what I've learned, because I've already been plant-based for a whole year. And I am just now tapping into eating a all fruit diet. And really just for the time being, like, I'm doing it for the sake of, seeing the results of doing so while doing resistance training. So I can't tell you if I'm gonna plan on eating like this for the rest of my life, but I can assure you that I'm staying plant-based regardless. So, but just from being plant-based, I've experienced numerous benefits, such as better skin, better mood. I don't wake up all groggy and tired. I'm already invigorated. Way better sexual health. A lot more energy in general, and then of course in the gym, and a lot more clarity. Like, I just feel like mentally clear. So I personally have experienced the benefits myself of making this diet change. So I'm living proof to myself as to why this is the right thing to do, to choose to put away all the garbage foods and pick up the actual natural healthy foods that were made for us humans specifically. Another benefit I forgot to mention is that I've been having a lot of lucid dreams and astral projection experiences from eating a plant-based diet and eating mostly fruit. So what they say in the spiritual community is, when you eat higher vibrational foods, as a result, of course, your vibration increases and you decalcify your pineal gland, which is what allows you to actually access all types of other information that's hidden from us. So I've had a lot of really cool astral projection experiences, and I've gotten out of my body really easily a decent amount of times, rather than actually going through the whole, experiencing myself being paralyzed, and then the vibrations that you experience in your body and stuff like that. Like, I just was out of my body and was like, oh, just like that. And I figured it's because of the diet change that I made. So, like, obviously, if you have a higher vibration, if you're feeding your body the right foods, well, then your energetical body naturally is going to be a lot more fluid and a lot more powerful, which makes it a lot easier for you to tap into your true potential as a spiritual being, that is. Because as of right now, we're playing these human characters, but we're not really these human characters. This is really the ego, the flesh. But who's inside of this thing? The infinite, boundless spirit, which is me and you who's watching this video. That's right. We're beyond space and time, man. We really are infinite beings with infinite potential. But it's only going to be harder to tap into that infinite potential if you aren't fueling yourself with the right foods. Which is why eating a plant-based diet is so important, because it's actually benefiting you as a spiritual being. Not just you physically, but internally it's affecting you for the better. So whatever is within you is projected from without you. So your outer reality is simply just a mirror of your inner reality. And so that, of course, includes the things you say, what you think, and what you do, but of course also what you eat. So if what you're eating is foods that are full of fear and unnatural ingredients, then, well, that's the energy you project outwards. You get what I'm saying? But if what's within you is natural, whole, foods that are invigorating, fueled by the sun, the source of all life on this planet, well then, that's what you project outwards. And that's the vibrational frequency that you embody and emanate. And naturally, as a result, your aura increases and you become more magnetized. So you're able to manifest easier. You're able to communicate with people easier. You're able to think easier. You're able to just function a lot more properly than the average person who is not choosing to eat a cleaner diet and think clean thoughts. And in fact, even what you eat does affect the way you think at the same time. Because you have to think about what you eat also determines how you feel, and how you feel is how you behave. And of course, as a result, it dictates what you start thinking. So if you're eating foods that were slaughtered, you know what I'm saying, and full of fear, well, that's naturally translating into your system. And as a spiritual being, you are sensitive to energies. And so you'll start picking up on that. And then you'll start feeling fear for some reason. You'll start feeling anxiety and all types of stuff. And as a result, you start thinking in a very animalistic way. So, of course, the opposite is true if you choose to eat fruits, melons, berries, apples, oranges, all that stuff. Then you start embodying a more godly type of persona and feeling state, And so that's not to say that if you're eating meat, that you're always in fear and you're always, thinking negative and stuff. Because as someone who was eating meat the majority of his life, it wasn't always like that for me either, personally. I have experienced way more fear in the past than I ever have as of recently. Like, even when I somehow get a thought of something that would make you anxious, it doesn't actually make me anxious. Like, I'm able to identify it as a thought and not as me. So yeah, I'll see the thought in my head, but I won't allow it to dictate how I feel. And therefore, most of my thoughts are actually clean. And I usually always feel really good, man. Like, I'm usually always just really in a good mood. I really feel like myself. And I really feel clear, clean, and positive, man. And it's like a consistent thing. Like, it's really hard to get upset. I mean, it makes sense because the foods that I eat are full of love, man. Full of so much vital energy and nutrients. Like, I'm getting my medicine daily from the food that I'm eating. So, of course, it's only natural that I'm going to usually be in an upbeat mood, or that I'm going to be calm and collective and just smooth in general. So yeah, that's that. So once again, I'm just sharing my experience with you, the things that I've learned, the things that I'm currently learning, in the hopes that it's able to help you, that it helps you elevate. It helps you become the person that you were actually always meant to be, that you've always wanted to be. And again, I know this stuff ain't easy. It ain't. It ain't easy to just put down that pork, put down that beef, put down that chicken, put down them ho-hos, them Snicker bars, that ice cream and all that stuff. It ain't easy. And even I can still admit that stuff was delicious when I was eating it. I'm not gonna lie and act like it wasn't good, but it wasn't good for me. So if you have that same realization, then maybe it is time that you make the change yourself. Of course, slowly but surely, step by step, bit by bit. But definitely get going on it ASAP. And if this video doesn't resonate with you, well, I'm surprised you still even here listening to this point. You should have been clicked out by now. So this is really for those who are still here listening and resonating with the message. You're here for a reason. You didn't click on this video by mistake, and this video didn't pop up on your feed by accident. This is real stuff. This is literally divine timing. This was called into your space from your higher self, from my higher self to yours, or more so from me to you, from your higher self, for the sake of helping you out. Because your greater dimensional self, which is who you actually are, is trying to wake you up and trying to get you to make the change, because we all going through a spiritual evolution. This whole planet is. And you will get left behind if you don't make the change. So it's all up to you. You know, how seriously do you value yourself and your life? How much do you believe in the metaphysical and believe in the true self of you? Because I believe it enough to actually take action and make the change now, rather than waiting on some miracle to save me, or rather than listening to somebody else's opinion or everybody else's opinion just to make a choice. No, I'm making choices for myself, from myself, more than anything. Yes, I was inspired by other people who are already doing this stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who actually took the time to, of course, actually do the extensive research for myself, but to actually meditate on making the change and applying it to my life. So this is an internal choice that you have to make. Yeah. So it's going to take some willpower, man. But again, us humans, we're creatures of habit. So once you keep doing something, it becomes like second nature. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to just stick to it. Like, I personally don't crave meat anymore. Even though I can admit it was good and it was delicious to eat, when I even think about eating it at this point, like, it really freaks me out and actually kind of scares me a little bit. And I've had dreams where, like, people were tempting me to eat meat, and even when I wasn't lucid, like, I would always be like, nah, man, I don't eat meat no more. Like, I'm plant-based, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I push it away from me. That's how I know it's literally sank into my whole entire system. Like, my being doesn't even want to have anything to do with that anymore, because clearly I've been made it a habit. Like I said, I'm 1 year in and still going. And I don't plan on turning back. I don't even have a desire to. And I don't believe I ever will, ever again. Because even when I was eating meat, I had a lot of moments where it freaked me out. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I'd be holding a chicken leg, and I'd be, like, I know it sounds funny, but I'd be holding like a chicken leg, and I would be like, bro, I'm really sitting here holding a dead animal in my hand, and I'm about to tear into this thing and consume it. Like, I know it sounds like kind of wimpy, but I'm just being completely transparent here, bro. Like, this used to freak me out sometimes, you know? Like, I'm really sitting here eating a being that was murdered. And I was just like, bro, like, I gotta stop eating this stuff, man. Like, and that feeling only got stronger as time went on. And mind you, like, it was like this even when I was a kid. Like, not when I was like a toddler, but I'm talking like even when I was like 10 years old and in middle school, like, I'd have moments where I'm like, dang, I'm really eating like a dead animal right now. And of course, as I grew older, like, I just became very conscious about it, to the point where I was like, okay, this can't be right. Because if I'm feeling like a monster from eating this stuff, can this be good for me? Is this something I'm really supposed to be eating? Clearly not. My intuition wasn't lying to me. And so naturally, of course, I've done the research myself, and a lot of content creators have popped up on my feed, thanks to my higher self, talking about being plant-based. And that's, of course, no coincidence. Just like how I said that you are here for a reason. It's no coincidence that you're here for a reason. Just like the videos that came into my space came for a reason, to wake me up to the truth of how I really should be living and how I should actually be eating. And surely enough, it's got me to where I am today. Yeah. So, all right, man. Look, before I end this video, in fact, I might even make another one to like specifically dial into this whole topic of me going to the gym on this all fruit diet. Cause I really just like, I didn't stray off, but more so like I went really deep into the whole topic of eating fruit. Once again, I wasn't even trying to, but that's because I'm passionate about it. So it's all good. So once again, I'm going to be embarking on an all fruit diet while going to the gym and building muscle starting April 1st all the way to the end of the month. And I'm going to keep you guys informed and updated on everything. So I'm thinking like maybe every 5 days, I'm going to, of course, update you on what's going on and how things are going. Like, I'll obviously be documenting through, video and stuff like that. And just sharing my experience with you guys, because this is really exciting. Because once again, there was really a lot of people that was showing love on that video, man. And I really am very thankful for that. And I was actually surprised that people were actually really resonating with it like they were, because I mean, again, this is a topic that is actually frowned upon, but there was really a lot of people who were actually genuinely resonating with the message I had gave the last time. I know that I'm going to be supported moving forward on this, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm really excited for you to join me on this journey, to watch my growth and see how I progress through this whole thing. Because this really is going against the grain. Yeah. So I'll be documenting my journey. So of course I'll be giving you guys insights, and I'll be filming my workouts, showing you guys the workouts that I'm doing, showing you guys what I eat and how much I eat within a day, and of course showing you my physique so you can actually see the progress that's being made. All right. And I'm most likely going to either take a month off from this diet, or I may just continue into the next month. But either way it goes, I will of course always let you guys know what's going on, and if I'm still doing the whole all fruit diet while being in the gym thing. And I'm of course going to show you guys the results. Rather than just talking about it, I want to be about it and show you what's possible when you choose to eat healthy and live healthy. That you certainly can build muscle, get bigger, and be lean from eating a plant-based diet, eating fruit, without having to compromise by eating things that shouldn't be going in your body. Right? So I'm gonna get ready to end this one. This is a very long recording. And I just want to say once again to anybody who's watching right now, thank you for being here. And if you're coming from my last video, thank you for the love that you've shown on that last video. I appreciate that. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you just want to know about, just leave it in the comments. Contact me directly through the links that are going to be provided in my description. And you can check them out in my bio anyway. So, with that said, I'm really wishing nothing but the absolute best for you. And I pray that everything manifests in your favor right here and right now, because you deserve it. You're worthy of it. And I'm praying for your safety too. Please stay safe out here. And just remember to cherish the things that really matter in life, which is your life and your family. And stay as positive as you can, all right? So with that said, thanks for listening. Stay tuned in. And I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.